So if you don't have a website yet, what is stopping you? I am big on not just the practical tips, but the mindset blocks that are coming up for you as well. So if you haven't got a website yet, or if you haven't got a website that you're really proud of, or you're actually sharing with people, what is stopping you? Let's just have a look at some of these as mindset blocks. Firstly, you might be saying, I'm not very tech savvy, so I can't build a website. The truth is there are loads of really amazing tools now that are available to build a website for the layperson like me and you, without needing to be a clever designer or a special coder or know any kind of tech information. There are plenty of platforms now that are drag and drop. What you see is what you get. If you put something there and you can change the colors and you change the fonts, all of that kind of stuff. That is what website building looks like now. You do not need expensive developers and designers and coders to make you, to help you get that website. I personally love a platform called Squarespace. I have always built all of my websites on Squarespace. I have built websites for other companies and other businesses on Squarespace. I think they are really beautiful. They are really easy to use templates. And like I say, it's a kind of drag and drop functionality. You can add in blocks, add in text, add in videos, add in pictures, whatever it is that you need on that website. They have shop functionality as well. If you need people to be able to purchase from the website, it is all there in Squarespace. And they have great customer support as well. There are lots of affordable website designers too that offer things like templates that you can then tailor, or special packages for wellness businesses just like you. I'm seeing an increasing number, and what I will do in this module is make sure my list of recommended website developers is in this section for you to have a look at as well, if you want to have a look at someone else doing this for you, but then handing it over to you so that you can look after it. Because I think it's really important, if you do have a website, that you can update it yourself anytime. You can change the picture, you can add a page, you can create a new sales page or update something if you've got another event coming or whatever it is. It's really important to me to know that you can update your website yourself and you feel in control of that, because that really is your window. If you know people are Googling and finding you, you want it to be up to date. You want it to be really representative of what you're doing. Please remember, no one is born knowing how to build a website. Ultimately, like anything in your business, it is going to be a lot of learning. It's going to be a lot of new skills, and you won't feel great at it straight away. And that's okay. That's very normal. When I started, I spent a lot of time trying to figure things out and giving it a go. And that is how we need to approach a lot of what we do in our businesses. Just because you think and you're telling yourself the fixed mindset story of I'm not tech savvy, I can't build a website, doesn't mean that you can't. You absolutely can. You have the skills. There's amazing tools out there. Things like Squarespace, drag and drop options are all available to you for not an awful lot of money, or you can invest in someone to help you get set up and then run that website from there. Having a website is expensive, might be another mindset block that you have or you have the opinion of. Websites do not have to be expensive, and they shouldn't be expensive. Again, I've seen lots of people spending huge amounts of money on websites, particularly when you're getting started, your early days, or you're not making a huge amount of money or any money yet in your business. You don't need an expensive website. Like I said, there's loads of options to get you started and get you ranking on Google and found by your ideal customers without spending huge amounts, hundreds or thousands of pounds. Squarespace, for example, starts from as little as €11 per month, and that includes buying your domain, so your www.domain for the first year. So it is something you're going to have to invest in, but honestly, if this is going to help you save you time and money, overall time and energy, certainly on social media, then for me, even when I was blogging, before I was even making any money or even thought I was going to make a business, I knew investing in having a website that I could use and I could update was always going to be something that I had to spend money on. And so that is one of my non-negotiables that I've spent money on since Dot. Dot for me is 2016. If you choose a provider where you can build the site or make the changes yourself, then you don't need an expensive designer. Like I've said, there are options out there, people that can help you get started, loads of templates you can buy, and cheap and efficient ways to get started with something that looks great, that feels like you, that you can personalize and you can build from. Remember, a website's always going to evolve and change anyway. You don't need it to have all the bells and whistles straight away. You just need something that looks good, has the 5 pages that I'm going to explain to you, about, and then make sure that you can update it from there. So what is more expensive, really, if you are umming and ahhing about the investment? Is it a website, or is it trying to run your business without one? Because which is going to cost you more? I can guarantee you are missing out on hundreds of sales, thousands of sales, if you do not have a website, and that is going to cost you more than the investment of 11 euros a month having one. Overwhelm is another big one. There is so much to do with a website. You know, if you keep writing on your to-do list, start a website, that's a really big task. So you can see my tip here, break it down into some nice tiny steps. What I'm about to show you is the pages that you need. So break even this down, even the 5 pages I'm going to show you down, into tiny tasks or windows of time that you have available to work on it. I've got 30 minutes I can work on it in my lunch break on Wednesday. Great. I'm going to put the timer on. I'm going to have a go on Squarespace. I'm going to put together a few of the pages, or one of the pages, or half the page, or a quarter of the page that Vicky suggested. And then I'll come back again and do it again at the weekend. And I've got a couple of hours to myself on Saturday morning, and then I'll have another go. Break it down into tiny little chunks, tiny tasks, or tiny allocations of your time. This website that you are going to start building is an asset that is going to last your business lifetime. I don't see the internet disappearing anytime soon, and websites aren't going anywhere either. This is time genuinely well spent, compared with plowing a lot of time into social media and the content disappearing and not getting found again ever. You can choose to feel overwhelmed by starting a website, or and feel paralyzed by it, or you can take action and take tiny steps forward. I know some people have a lot of kickback when I say this, but I do believe overwhelm is a choice, particularly when it comes to websites. Let's look at it anyway. This is going to be a great use of your business. What can you let go and what can you pause on to allow and free up some space and some time and some headspace to work on this website, which is going to be working for you 24/7 and bringing you in ideal customers. Like, this is a good use of your time if you can break down the task and turn it into little chunks that will be really manageable, and all of those will add up to a fabulous website that helps get you found. Finally, then, I'm terrible at writing. It's a little bit like building a website and tech. No one is born being brilliant at writing. Everyone who is good at writing is there because they have practiced a lot. They have written a lot, and you are only going to get better at writing for your website if you practice and if you try and if you put something out there. Like we've talked about, the website is always going to be evolving. So just start somewhere and know that you can always go back in and tinker and change and update those words that you put on there. Some of my clients do struggle with writing, and I know it's not everyone's happy medium. So is it something where actually, if you can talk it out with someone, or you can record yourself, or do a video, or do a voice note to yourself talking about what it is that you do and how it is you help people, or what it is in your package and your offer, or your About Me page, that you can actually talk and describe it and then get it dictated. There are apps available for that, like Otter, like rev.com, lots of options online where you can get someone to transcribe you talking, and then that can help and become the kind of basis for what you are going to put onto your website. And ultimately, if you really just don't have absolutely no confidence whatsoever in your ability to write anything on your website, and you want the words to feel really good and really right, there are copywriters out there who can help you if writing is just not going to be your bag, and you would rather just know it's done and it's out there and it's up to date with what you need and it's speaking to the right people. Again, I am very happy to give you recommendations, and certainly in the Just Start Now community, we have a copywriter who comes in and can support you with your copywriting and give you feedback on any of the pages that you are putting together for your website or anything else that you are writing in your business.